Ladies and gents, boys and girls, Tuesday, February the 7th, 2023. What is going on? Hope you're all doing well. Chris Phillips here, the Daily Crow of the Spurs Up Show. Appreciate you all tuning in. I see John Edward, Gene Lott, Austin Gregory, Aiken, South Carolina. How about it? How about it? DGD, what's up, my man? Ethan, Xavier, Gad, Stephen Boyle Jr., Bruin Nation, Travie, Todd Smith, Jeff Gullidge. What is going on? Appreciate you all tuning in, and also those in the Big Cock Club Discord. Head over to the TDC Questions channel, be sure your questions are answered there. We have got a lot to get into here on this Tuesday. It's also game day for South Carolina men's basketball as the Gamecocks hit the road to take on the Missouri Tigers in a game in which we are double-digit underdogs yet again. A tale as old as time as we set the mood here on a Tuesday. I normally light the candle here in pre-show, and I forgot to do it today. That's all fine and dandy. Anyways, guys, appreciate you all tuning in as always. We are taking your questions, comments, calls, 843-790-3377. And, of course, TDC brought to you by our friends over at Prize Picks, right? Go download the Prize Picks app. Go to prizepicks.com. When you do, use the promo code TSUS to receive a 100% deposit match up to $100. Guys, you can play anything and everything. College sports, pro sports, anything and everything in between. They've also, I know for a fact, they've got college basketball. And in the meantime, I'll check in on the Prize Picks plays for tonight's game. But so many fans and listeners of the Spurs Up Show have made tons of money with our friends at Prize Picks, and you should as well. So again, that's our friends at Prize Picks. Go download the Prize Picks app or go to prizepicks.com. And when you do, use that promo code TSUS. It's sign up to receive a 100% instant deposit match up to $100. Be sure to check them out and tell them that Chris from the Spurs Up Show sent you. Again, guys, the phone lines are open, 843-790-3377. We are taking your questions, your comments, your calls as well, whatever you guys want to discuss. Let's see. Prize Picks does indeed have plays for the game tonight, specifically on the Gamecock side of things. Gigi Jackson, over under 15.5 points. Michi Johnson, over under 13.5 points. And Chico Carter Jr. over under 8.5 points. So they've also got Kobe Brown, Omoy Hodge, and Nick Honor over under point totals for the game. So if you guys want to play that, again, that's prizepicks.com or go download the app. It's also Taco Tuesday on Prize Picks. Austin, you keep up with it, my friend. I do appreciate that. Austin's just taking all of the GG overs tonight. I hear you. Austin, we pull off the win tonight. You heard it here first. GG apologizes for his post-game remarks with the game of his life tonight. Well, we'd all love to see that, Austin, for sure. We'd all love to see that. I am not picking it, but we would all love to see it, no doubt. Either way, Austin Ward, what's up, man? Appreciate you in the Big Cock Club Discord. Is it Walking Tacos Tuesday? Yeah, something like that. Something like that indeed. Anyways, guys, 843-790-3377. The big news, I think, over the last 24 hours has been Sports Talk reporting. Excuse me, guys. Sports Talk reporting that Ray Tanner at some point today, we don't know when, but at some point today, he is supposed to speak to the media and update us all on a very, very big initiative in regards to the Gamecocks campus, Williams-Brice Stadium, what's going on with upgrades across the board, I guess. I'm trying to find their tweet. For some reason, I can't seem to find their tweet. Either way, we also reposted it. Ray Tanner, supposed to speak to the media today. I'm not exactly sure, again, what it's going to be. Let's see. He says Gamecocks will be announcing a, quote, proposed major development project, end quote, Tuesday morning. AD Ray Tanner is to brief the media on Tuesday. So we're not exactly sure what time that's going to be, but of course, we've all seen the rumblings. We've all seen the rumors. There are no secrets in Gamecock Nation, but it's going to be very, 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 very big indeed. From everything I've been told, everything I've heard, was able to talk to our good friend J.C. Sherbert. I don't think he'll mind me saying that. I'm not going to say exactly what the details of our conversation were, but again, it's probably a lot of the things that you have seen. If you live in the message board world, or like I said, there really are no secrets when it comes to Gamecock Nation. So y'all check that out, or just stay tuned, if you will. Really excited to hear Ray Tanner. And yeah, it sounds like some very, very big things are coming to potentially Williams-Brice Stadium, around that area, if you will. So really, really exciting stuff. Anyways, guys, like I said, 843-790-3377. It is game day yet again. Gamecocks take on the Missouri Tigers. Excuse me. Gamecocks take on the Missouri Tigers. 9 o'clock tip-off for whatever reason. 9 o'clock tip-off. Yeah, kind of a weird thing, but anyways. Let's see. How y'all doing on this Tuesday? Jesse Jacobs, is that what Brad Crawford was tweeting about way back when? Because I haven't heard anything. Brad also retweeted that tweet of his own. So I think signifying that, yes, Jesse, that's what he was referring to. That's indeed what he was referring to. So Andrew says, I heard it's a possible cover for the top of Williams-Brice. Really? Really? That'd be interesting. Creating Willie B as a dome. That would be interesting. I don't think that's what it is, but hey, who knows? Who knows? Maybe Ray Tanner will surprise us with some big news. I don't know. Anyways, guys, really appreciate you all tuning in. I want to say again, thank y'all so much. As I was getting ready for the show, I'm just extremely grateful, that we have the opportunity to do this. I'm grateful for each and every single one of you. The fact that you guys tune in, you engage. Obviously, right now, it's a little bit slower time of year, right? Recruiting dead period. Signing day is in the rear view. Basketball season's going the way it is. Baseball's 10 days away. Not a ton going on, right? It's funny, right? You guys tune in during football season too, and it's just like the phone lines are flooded from start to finish. And again, I think that's honestly one of the reasons why social media gets as out of hand as it does, because during football season, right, we've got something pretty much every day. Like, we've got football to talk about. We're in the midst of the emotions of games. We got Shane Beamer speaking to the media. We got coordinators speaking to the media. We got this, we got that. Like, every day there's something. And it's almost like when we get to this time of year, right, or when we get past football, there's so much more free time. And it's like folks don't know how to release that pent-up energy other than just losing their collective minds on social media. So it makes it a lot of fun. Either way, though, again, 843-790-3377. That is the number you can call. You can text. Whatever you like. Would love to hear from you. Dave Garrett says, love the thought of a hotel balcony overlooking the field. That would be cool, Dave. That would be very cool. Guys, something I'm thinking about, by the way, that came up this morning that I just started to think, of course, I do think that the move for football season, speaking to Dave Garrett, Dave's a guy that's probably going to help me out this year. I do think the move for football season is most likely going to be live stream watch-alongs from the studio and post-game shows. I don't know that we'll do a pregame show. I just don't really know that there's any point in that because, we've already said everything we're going to say, right? At that point, 3 podcasts and 10 hours of live show, right? I mean, we've said it all. We've broken down everything, every way you can think. So I'm thinking live stream watch-alongs. Probably we go live 10 or 20 minutes before kickoff. We stay live through the entire game, and then I don't know if I'm going to end that and start a new live stream for the post-game show, or if I'm going to just feed right, and I'll probably cut it off and then get resituated, get set up with the phone line, stuff like that, and then we will have probably 30 minutes after the conclusion of every game, we will have our post-game show, call-in post-game show for about an hour. So I think that's happening. I'm like 98% on that. I'll be honest with you guys. I think that's the move personally. I think there's a market for the post-game show. I think capitalizing on people's raw emotion and reaction to the games, I think is a huge plus and a huge draw for us. And, it doesn't take a rocket scientist to understand why it would be much more efficient, why I'd be much more efficient at creating content from the studio than, in the stadium. I mean, we all know the service issues that happen in stadium. It's just an absolute nightmare. With that being said, though, I was thinking about the spring game. And that may be our first run of this, to be honest with you. I may not be at the spring game. I actually may do a double dip and do a live stream watch along for baseball and the spring game. And then we can do even a post game show after the spring game. So nothing's set in stone right now, but creating content is just beginning to really outweigh the draw of going and being there in person, which makes a lot of sense because my entire business is around creating the best possible content, right? I think it'll also put more of an emphasis. Again, I've talked with people, Dave Garrick. I want to give Dave a lot of credit, man. Dave's a guy that I do talk to and is someone that I respect in regards to business and life in general. And Dave provides a lot of great perspective for me and is somebody that when I talk to him, I genuinely feel like he has the best interest of myself and the business in mind. So I appreciate Dave, but he had mentioned this, that, it puts more of a premium on our tours, our spring tour, our summer tour, what have you, to drive people to come out. If you want to interact, you want to shake hands, you want to conversate in person, that'll be the opportunity to do it. Right. So again, this is all I'm just kind of thinking out loud with you guys and giving you guys an idea where my head is at. But to be honest with you, the amount that I go to games in person is probably going to lessen inevitably. It's going to lessen. I mean, the reason why I stayed outside of games, I stayed outside of 2 games, Georgia and Charlotte, this past season, and I watched the game with my good friend C, who's in the Big Cock Club. We were out there in the RV lot. And I just simply did that because I was trying to create content. I was at the Georgia State game, and it was a complete nightmare. I mean, it's just no service in the stadium. Can't even post a halftime video. Can't do anything. So, that's why I stayed back. And thank goodness I went into the A&M game, the Tennessee game, all that good stuff. And I'm glad I did. Because, I still love going to games, and there's nothing like being in there. But that's the direction we're moving. Again, you got to look out what's best for business and what makes sense. And, again, my obligation and my end goal is to create the best possible content possible. And the best way that I can do that is hanging back and being in the studio. And, I think that's what we're probably going to do. So, again, you guys will know all the details long before we get to kickoff. I'll officially put the news out there, what have you, what our plan is. And I also just like to try different things, guys. We might do this for a season, and I might hate it. I might genuinely just hate it and say, hey, okay, we learned. We will evolve, we'll adapt, and we won't do that again. We will go back to going to the tailgate and going in the stadium and all that good stuff. That turned out to be a lot better. But I do like to try different things. You know what I mean? So I was thinking about 2 live stream watch-alongs for baseball. I don't know how often that's going to happen realistically. Maybe if it's like a really, really big game, it'll happen for every football game, but there's only 12 of them. Andrew, there won't be a halftime show. I'll continue to just do, actually, that's a fib. Because if we're doing the live stream watch along, we'll be live during halftime. So I'll be live at halftime recording my halftime update video, right? So it'll be kind of funny. You guys will be watching me do that video. So I better not mess up. Anyways, I just don't know. With football, there's only 12 games. So it make no duh, you're going to go live for every one of them. Baseball, we might pick and choose our spots. I don't know. Maybe so. You never know. Maybe so. Heck, it might start with the Carolina Clem Sucks series. Truly. That might be a good trial run because I'm not going to Clem Sucks Friday. That's not happening. I'd be a fool to do so. I'm 50-50 if I'll go to the game in Greenville, even though I live 10 minutes away. I've talked to you guys about reasons why I don't really feel like I need, I don't know. I don't know. We'll see. I've talked to you guys about reasons why, my number one priority at this point going to games is my privacy and protecting my safety and, not putting myself in a situation in which those who should not have access to me in person would have access to me in person. So, Anyways, we'll figure that out. But I do think live stream watch-alongs will play along with it during the baseball season. I think it's definitely going to be a thing during football and the post-game call-in show. I am damn near confident. I'm pretty confident saying it's going to be a thing in the football season. Again, I just think it's something where there's just such a great market for it. And it would go nuts. I mean, it would go nuts. And the calls would be unhinged. The calls would be crazy. What I will probably and what I plan on doing is before the football season, I am going to upgrade my setup to where I can put people on hold. Like I'm going to get a soundboard to where I'm not taking calls the way I am now. Yeah. So anyways, guys, that's just kind of me rambling. Nick Steady says, developmental project at Fairgrounds is a big deal for many reasons. Big day for Gamecock football. Ray Tanner should speak at 2. He should or he is, Nick? Because I haven't seen anything. He should or he is? You let me know. I have not seen anything. I would love to know if you do know. How about Aaliyah Boston, player of the week? And Raven Johnson gets freshman of the week. How about that? Feels good to be good. Dawn Staley's team just keeps on. They keep on keeping on. Nick, if you've seen anything, if you've seen like a post or something where he's going to speak it to, let me know. Oh, not confirmed. Okay. All right. I thought I missed something. Brewer Nation, you should just do a message line letting people just go off and play about 5 minutes of some of the best ones. Well, I mean, that's, Brewer Nation is kind of funny. I mean, that's kind of what the voicemail line sort of serves as, like on the Monday show. But I've just realized that we need like a whole separate show just for the voicemails, because they get unhinged, bro. The voicemails are crazy, especially when we lose. And it more so reinforces that like negative news moves the needle, because when we win, we'll get 6 or 7 or 8 voicemails, something like that. But when we lose, we'll get like 30 to 40. I'm not even joking. Like it is a ridiculous amount. I got so many voicemails telling me to F off or go in a ditch and die or whatever. Some of the wildest things. But yeah, a lot of folks calling in under the influence, if you will. So yeah, softball season's around the corner, right? Softball season's around the corner. They're about to start, correct? I think they're about to start. Let's see. Gamecock softball. February okay, they start next Wednesday in the Carolina Classic. Yeah. No, excuse me. Opening day's in 3 days. Oh, they're on the road. Okay. Sorry. Okay. So they're about to start then. Gamecock softball is about to start. Okay, softball's at Charlotte on today's Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday at 6:00. It's on ESPN Plus too. So they are playing in the Charlotte Invitational. They'll play Thursday at 6, Friday at 12:30, Saturday at 5:30, Sunday at 12:30, and then Sunday at 3. So a lot of games. I don't know if anybody in here watches softball. Yeah, Connor. Yeah, it's a tournament. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it's awesome. I actually went to a game last year. I think I maybe went to 2, but I went to a game. It's actually a lot of fun. I mean, I'm not going to sit here and act like I'm a diehard, softball watcher, softball fan, what have you. But it is a fun game. It's very fast-paced, fast-moving because the field is so small. It is a cool thing. So, anyways, good luck to Beverly Smith and Gamecock softball. Yeah, we need to get back to winning ways. I know they had a really, really rough year, and then Clem sucks. They get a softball program, and all of a sudden they're better than us, and they've existed for 30 seconds. Like, it doesn't make a whole lot of sense how that happened, but Lynn Turner says they used to keep the book for Gamecock softball tournaments. That's awesome, Lynn. That's awesome. Keeping the book is something that's very underrated for baseball and softball. You know what I mean? It's a great way to keep you in the game, because baseball is obviously a game where the mind can drift. You know what I mean? For most people, baseball is it's a social event. I mean, which is fine. But that's the beauty of the game too, is you can. And I think it was Joey Votto that had the clip where he said, I love our game. He's like, you can go to a game and keep the book and be locked in on every pitch, or you can go to a game and have a beer and watch an inning and still have a great time. The great American pastime. And I love it. I love it. I mean, listen, baseball is my favorite sport. It's not really a secret. I love football and everything that comes with football. But I love baseball. I just love the game. I love the game as a whole. I love golf too. I've been hitting the golf course like a junkie lately, man. I've been all about golf. And I by the way, I know I said I was going to do this. I promise you tonight, because I got a request from my guy Dalton as well. I know Brennan M was asking about it. I am going to beef up the golf collect because I need some stuff for me too. I'm going to beef up the golf collection. Beef up the golf collection tonight. So all your favorite collections, we're going to put them on black and white Adidas polos and the Adidas quarter zips. They're really nice. We got the quarter zips, black, white, and gray. The polos, they've got black and white. I don't know if they have a gray. I have to check. I know black and white for certain, though. But those will look really, really cool. So any of my golfers out there, people who just like golf apparel that are like polos, you want to rock onto the tailgates, rock onto whatever, you're more than welcome. Austin Gregory says beamer ball, golf balls. That's something where, so I've been getting the TSUS and the Big Cock Club logo balls from Vice Golf, right? From Vice Golf. And I'm sure there's a company out there that I could get the golf balls at wholesale, right? That I could get the golf balls at wholesale, but I just haven't looked into it. I'll be honest with you. I just haven't looked into it. So let me do some digging. Let me do some research. Austin Gregory also says, how about a TSUS golf tour? Yes, that's something I've definitely, Austin, pondered. Yes, I would like to do it. If I did that, I would do like a TSUS charity golf event where maybe we had some of the Gamecock greats or, we could just do it as a fan thing. Screw it. Just like hey, it's this for an entry fee. It's this for a team, and have at it. You know what I mean? And we'll spend the money on all the fees and stuff, but also the prizes and what have you. And we'll make it a really, really fun thing. I don't think it would really be that hard to set up because, how many times do golf events happen? It's pretty common. It's a pretty common thing. So I could see that happening like end of April into May, something like that. I don't know if it's going to be this year or not. It could be. No doubt. It could be. Yeah. So anyways, so it sounds like Spencer Rattler is on, what is he on? He on Gamecock Central show? That's interesting. It's not bad. Speaking of Rattler, you see the hat. Beamer Rattler 2023. Get your merch now, folks. Hey, kickoff will be here before you know it. You also want to rock it to the spring game, right? You want to rock it to the spring game. Yeah, Craig Phillips. I'll tell you this, man. I've been tearing up some golf in Greenville, man. I've been tearing it up. So, okay. He already aired it. Started at 11, ended at 12 because they knew TSUS was about to start. That's funny. Yeah, I was looking at the numbers. I was like, damn, this is pretty good. We got this many people in here if Spencer Rattler's speaking live right now. Gad, yeah, I'm down for a putt-putt tournament. Let's do it. Why not? Guys, quick update in case you missed it. No TDC next Monday, Tuesday, or Wednesday. The podcast will release as normal, but I will be out of town for the first half of the week. Be on a ski trip, having a good old time, enjoying ourselves. And so I will not be in studio, will not be rocking TDC Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. I will try. We'll see about sliding Mark Ryan to maybe Friday, maybe double dip on Thursday, something like that. I don't know. I'm even going to probably have to cancel my appearance of Mark Ryan on Monday because I'm going to be busy. So I'm taking a little bit of time, before the grind of baseball really kicks in. Not that we don't have flexibility and that it's some like, oh my God, the grind, but just figure why not? Doing a little special thing for Valentine's Day, taking care of those who are important to me. So we're going to have us a really, really good time. Looking forward to it and appreciate you guys, your understanding and rocking with us. So anyways, guys, 843-790-3377. That is 843-790-3377. Andrew Horrell says Hilton Head is the best golf. Yeah, we'll be down there. We'll be down there soon. Excited to get back down to Hilton Head. I'm actually going to the Heritage this year, so we're looking forward to that. Going to be down in Hilton Head for Heritage Week. I've never been, so really, really looking forward to it. Going to be a lot of fun. So, Taylor says, will the press conference be live streamed about the developments? Sorry if this has been asked. No, Taylor, you're fine. It hasn't been asked, and the problem is we don't know when the presser is going to be. Do you know, Taylor? Is this something that I'm behind with? Do you know? I have not seen anything in regards to when this is going to take place. So let's see. I mean, I have not seen anything. I've seen nothing. So if y'all figure something out, if y'all see something, like I said, I haven't heard a word. Yeah. Yep. I haven't heard a word. So. Austin Gregory, what's your handicap? Great question, Austin. I'm not really playing enough right now to keep one. I would say that I'm somewhere probably, if I had to guess, between a 7 to 10, something like that. When I'm playing often, which is right now, I'm shooting high 70s, low 80s. I'm pretty solid. I mean, I'm not going to sit here and my goal is to be damn near a scratch golfer. My goal is to be damn near scratch. I love the game. It's again, I've told you guys, I'm either playing all the time or not at all. So I'm really trying to get my golf in, because once football season hits, it'll be, I don't really know how much I'll play, but I love it, man. It's such a, I played growing up. I played competitive golf till I was 16 years old. And then I finally chose baseball, and golf sort of went in the background. But my dad played college golf. My grandfather loved it. And, I love it myself, and I love the challenge of it, right? Golf is such a hard game, but because it's so hard, it is so rewarding when you play well. I mean, it's just when you like, bro, when you flush a ball and you square it up and you hit it straight, there are a few better feelings in that, really, truly. You know what I mean? It's like, anyways, Brian Dean says 84 to 64. He's got Missouri getting the dub. My score prediction, I've got the graphic saved. Let's see. I've got 74 to 63, Missouri. So I've actually got us covering, believe it or not. I've got us covering. So how about it? Yeah, Craig, I'll let you know, my guy. Greg Bender, so you were a very good golfer. I mean, I'm not a hacker, Greg. I'm not a hacker. I'm not perfect, but I'm not a hacker. I'll put it that way. I'm not a hacker. Right now, I'm just really working on my misses, right? Because here's the thing. Anybody can hit one dead straight every now and then, but it's about your misses getting smaller. That's what makes the pros, right? Is like their misses are extremely small, right? I mean, they can hit the green, but they're 30 feet away, and it's like a terrible shot for them. That's why they're the best in the world. You know what I mean? So I'm trying to shrink my misses and make it more so where my miss is just off the fairway, just off the rough, not blasted in the woods, right? So, which I know we can, most of you can probably relate to. Greg Bedinger, I think says, I bet we played decent tonight. I wouldn't doubt it. I wouldn't doubt. I wouldn't doubt after all the craziness that happened with Gigi Jackson. I wouldn't doubt if they played their best. And dude, we're going to win another game. We're going to win another game. We are. I fully believe we're going to win another game. Will it be tonight? I don't know, but we're going to win another game. If Michie Johnson can click, I think that's the big one, right? We talk all this talk about G.G. Jackson and Hayden Brown and Chico and Josh Gray and others, and those guys are all important. But it seems like when Michie plays well, it seems like the rest of it clicks, right? So you just got to hope he's hot. I mean, you got to cross your fingers and hope he's hot. And, if he is, I think you got a chance, and I think everything else falls into place. But what does Michie do? That's the big question tonight. So that is the big question tonight. Let's see. Let's take a look at Missouri. It's so funny, man. I was talking to the Big Cock Club Discord about this, and I know y'all don't even mind because it's dude, I literally I used to do full on game previews and in depth, game, and it's I don't do that as much anymore because nobody gives a damn. South Carolina's not had a ton of success when it's traveled to take on the Tigers in Missouri. They've only won one game in 6 tries in Como. The one win in Missouri came in a 63-53 win on January the 28th, 2017. So we are 1-5 in Como. Big yikes. Big yikes. Big yikes. Dennis Gates, first season as Mizzou's coach. So a pair of first-year head coaches. A pair of first-year head coaches. Good God. According to NCAA.com, the Tigers are a top 15 team in the country in points per game as they're averaging 81.9 points per contest, which ranks them 15th. Missouri currently ranks tied for 12th in the country, averaging 17.1 assists per game. They also rank 15th in bench points per game with 28.9 bench points per contest. None of that bodes well. None of that. I don't feel like anything I just read you makes us feel any better. So, all right, am I frozen on yours, Andrew? Am I frozen on mine? So literally we're 1-5 at Mizzou. They're top 15 nationally in offense, and we are who we are. So none of that seems to bode really well for this game tonight. And we're also a 13.5 point underdog. So, we'll see. We shall see. That's literally the definition. That's the definition of this season. Here goes nothing. You know what I mean? Here goes nothing. If you were to give this basketball season a motto, if you were to, if you just one sentence or one line, if you will, to define this basketball season, what would it be? Again, I think mine would be something like, here goes nothing. We'll see. All we got's all we got. I can't even say all we got's all we need because we need a lot more than we got. Sorry. It just doesn't. All we got's all we need doesn't quite apply to Lamont Paris's squad this year. I hate to say that, but it's just the truth. All we got's all we got, and we could use a couple more, right? Just the reality. Jay says, is it over yet? Is it over yet? Brian Dean, 10 days, my friend. Next Friday is the first baseball game. Hey, 2 weeks from today is your first midweek game. I know we're all excited for that. How can you not be excited, though? For 2 weeks from today, guys, we'll have TDC noon to 2, and then we'll have a midweek at 4 o'clock on a Tuesday. How awesome is that? How awesome is that? I like all we got. It's all we got. No, seriously. Brian Dean says motto is building towards the future. Well, we are for sure. It's just, this is the result of ripping off the Martin Band-Aid, and it is what it is. So you got to live with the short-term turmoil, right? In order to get to the promised land. So we're all more than happy to do that. So anyways, guys, I'm excited. I mean, again, a pair of first-year head coaches and, a Missouri team that's really dangerous, right? Really, really good offensively. and a place that South Carolina has not played well before. Just bottom line, they just have not played well. So what gives, right? I mean, what gives in this one? You're also a 13.5-point underdog. Can South Carolina deny or do the unthinkable? And also, of course, I mean, I think a storyline in this one just has to be GG Jackson. And after the comments over the weekend and just that whole ordeal, what does he do? You know, how does he bounce back? What type of performances he put together? You know, his over-under on Prize Picks, as we talked top of the show, what is it, 15.5? I think he very well can go over that. Absolutely. I just wonder, does that spark him to play his best basketball? Does he find like a new level of resolve, right? Because he's going to have to. I mean, GG Jackson is going to face scrutiny. He's going to face criticism. He's going to face adversity at the next level. You know, I saw the reaction to the LeBron James post yesterday, which guys, without getting into the depths of it, I don't really understand why people hate LeBron James to the level they do. He's just a great basketball player. That's how I view it. He's one of the greatest, if not the greatest of all time. I'm an MJ guy, but he's one of the greatest. I mean, he's arguably the greatest of all time. But the thing that to me makes a guy like LeBron James, or makes a guy like, I don't know, man, a Bryce Harper, or makes a guy like a Tiger Woods, like what makes them great to me is their ability to continuously face criticism, scrutiny, adversity, and respond to it and use it. Tom Brady's another great example. They use all of that as fuel to their fire, and it elevates their game, right? They don't necessarily need it. They don't need it, but in a way, it fuels them. It fuels them to be great. So I'm curious to see how GG Jackson responds, because, again, he's going to face that, right? People are going to be like, oh, this guy was rated this and you were thought of as this. Like, well, let's see it. And the first time he has an off game, here comes the scrutiny. Here comes the criticism. Here comes the big boy media getting after him, right? So it's you got to get used to responding the right way, being able to use it as fuel to the fire, right? Because what happened over the weekend, I mean, it pales in comparison to what he'll face at the next level. I mean, really, truly. In the grand scheme of things, it'll be much tougher with that professional media and professional markets and the professional fan bases that are much, much more ruthless, I think, than any college fan base he could experience. So, Travi, why was there so much animosity towards you? You've given GG all the praise that you were truthful about the state of affairs of our basketball team. Yeah, I mean, Travi, if you really want to know, it felt out of left field to me. It felt very, very weird. Coming from GG himself, the stuff on social media, how people have reacted, that Travi goes so far beyond just me reposting a GG video, man. It goes so far beyond that. There's a lot of misery, a lot of jealousy, a lot of envy, and there's just people that hate that I have a voice that matters, and a voice that people pay attention to, and a voice that people listen to, right? Anyways, the energy coming from GG, that was again, I said it yesterday and I was pretty harsh about it, but I stand by it. I think it was a kid that was more so just irritated that he got exposed for what he said on his Instagram Live. But taking the personal shots at me, that I mean, again, I've done nothing but praise GG Jackson all season long. I mean, that's literally all I've done. You know, showered him with praise of how great his game is. And even when others have been saying, man, maybe he's a little bit overrated, he's not playing well, I've had nothing, Travi, but positive comments on him. So for GG Jackson to come with that energy, it was disappointing, and it's weird. It's honestly just weird. It's, again, it's not a reflection of me. I don't take it personally. I don't take it personally in the slightest. It is GG Jackson just being pissed off and being butthurt that he got exposed by his own. Look at this, the results of my own actions, the consequences of my own actions. And that's fine. He's a kid. He reacted as a kid. You know what I mean? I don't expect much more. So, you know, I don't expect much more from him or from any kid for that matter. So, it's all good. It's all love. Again, I don't take any of it personally, and I will continue to shower G.G. Jackson with the praise that he deserves because he's a great player. And, again, it will not sway my analysis or thoughts on him, this team, whatever. But it is what it is, man. It is what it is. And it's funny him saying that, or that people saying that, you don't care if players like you, nobody likes you, you don't care about the university if that's the case. No, because it's just inevitable here's the thing, not every player doesn't like me. We have Kai Kroger is a TSUS athlete, guys. Like, we have TSUS athletes. So to say that every student athlete doesn't like the Spurs Up show, I mean, we got all kinds of athletes that follow us. A lot of the players at USC follow us. But here's the thing, like, my end goal and my objective is not for the players to like me. Inevitably, they're probably not going to. If they can't handle criticism, they're not going to like me. They're just not, And that's okay. Because that's not my number one obligation. That's not my number one objective. The only way that you can make it where every player likes you is if you never say one critical word about them. And that's just not my lane. So, I mean, I don't give a damn if G.G. Jackson doesn't like me. That does not even literally move the needle for me. Doesn't even move the needle. Because, again, I'm a lot nicer than what you're going to face at the next level. They're not going to be as kind at the next level. When they're paying you, openly giving you millions of dollars, they're going to be ruthless. They're going to be ruthless. And so, again, the energy that came from Gigi, it's not reciprocated at all. It's nothing but love. And he didn't even say anything that outlandish. He said, I was a middle-aged man with a mullet. I chased clout, which is, again, hilarious since I have like triple the following that he does. I don't know. It is what it is, bro. Again, he's an 18-year-old kid. I wish him nothing but the best. He's going to have a lot of success. And I think that, again, everything that happened over the weekend, he's going to use it to fuel himself to be better. He's got a lot of pressure on him, man. He's got a lot of pressure on him. I totally get it. He made a mistake. He'll learn from it, move on. But yeah, I mean, listen, man, my only obligation is to speaking the truth, to keeping it real, and everything else can fall into place. Everything else does fall into place. Everything else will fall into place. And that's it. Craig Phillips says, it's Waste Management Open Week. How do you think you do on number 16? I know I would probably shank it and hit the crowd. Yeah, Craig, how would you do on Waste Management Week on 16 with a crowd too, bro, and the crowd chanting and screaming and shit? Bro, I'd just love to hit the green. Just because the pressure, I don't even know. Here, let's see. Let's see. Let's look at the yardage. 16th at TPC Scottsdale. Let's see. This is coming from 2016. Let's see. So Scottsdale plays par 3 16th. You can see in the yardage book, it's 163 yards, a little bit down, no wind. Temperatures above 65 degrees. So 160. Okay, so 163 down. I'd probably play it. Front of the green is, let's see. Okay, 37 deep. So let's just say it was 163. Let's say it's a 155, 160 shot. I'd probably, to make sure I hit the green, I would probably choke down on an 8-iron, like hit a 3/4 8-iron, just to make sure I just got it there. You know what I mean? It depends on where the pin is, but I'd probably hit something like an 8 or a 9. Yeah. Because I hit my 7-iron 180, so that'd be way too much club. So I'd probably go 9-iron. Yeah. I said 8-iron. I go 9-iron. I go 9-iron for sure. Yeah, maybe like a 3/4 smooth swing 9-iron. So let's see. Travi, on another topic, wonder how the ending will come about with Rames, Rose, and Upshaw. Rames is the only one arrested. I think, Travi, yeah, it's who knows, man? Who knows? It's you know, who knows? It's an unfortunate situation, but yeah, I guess they've got to go through the whole process in regards to the school, and we'll figure it out from there. Guys, we're going to go ahead and jump into our first break. On the other side, I want to continue to hear from you, more of your questions, your comments, your calls, and more. You're tuned in to the Daily Crow. All right, guys, we're back. Taking your questions, comments, calls. 843-790-3377. That is 843-790-3377 here on this Tuesday, February the 7th, 2023. Again, guys, appreciate you all tuning in. Thank you all so much for the continued love and support. You know, guys, it's I think the thing, or one of the many things that separates us from others is the consistency. You know, I refuse to be inconsistent. And I appreciate y'all respecting that and showing love and tuning in. And, you know, it's great to have y'all. It's great to chat with you. And again, I was getting ready this morning and I was just thinking to myself, like, how many times have I gotten ready to do TDC? How many times have I gotten ready to do the show? And it's you think about just like how many shows we've done and how many we're going to continue to do, but how many we've done at this point. It's pretty special. It's a cool thing, man. It's a really, really cool thing. And I value this because I this is the opportunity for me to interact with you all, but utilize my talents, my skill sets, my gifts, chase my dreams, my goals, my ambitions. And, you know, I'll tell you this, guys, no matter, I don't know. I mean, I'm not, I never say something's forever. We obviously, you know, I obviously have the ability to pivot and change my mind and do different things, but I don't know. I feel like I always want to be involved in content to some degree. You know, I always want to be involved in content to some degree because I really do highly value being able to express my opinions, to being able to express my thoughts, to chatting with you all, to, you know, I value doing this. I greatly value doing it. I greatly value doing it. And I'm extremely grateful that you all, you know, I'm extremely grateful for each and every single one of you. Again, y'all's love, y'all's support means the absolute world to me. Means the absolute world to me. So again, 843-790-3377. That is 843-790-3377. Let's see. Yeah, Coach Ford, we're still kind of waiting on the information with those guys. Hey, Jeff Gullidge, I appreciate the love, my guy. This is the greatest show out there. I appreciate it, man. I appreciate it. I appreciate it, man. David Barnes, firing Martin was the right move. That being said, how would this team be right now with Gigi, Devin Carter, Levesque, Stevenson, Hannibal, and whoever else transferred? I mean, listen, David, it's a fair question. It's a fair question. I think I have no problems with the question, but I think a lot of people pose that question and they use that as a sense of, well, you know, this is why we shouldn't have fired Frank. But I mean, what's to say we wouldn't have been sitting in the exact situation we're basically in right now, which is not going to the tournament. You know what I mean? Like, do we really believe that not firing Frank would have what would have fixed all of our problems? I mean, do we actually believe that? Right? Do we actually believe that? So, Devin Carter went to Providence. Went to Providence. Golly. Anyways, guys, yeah, I don't know how we didn't build off that Final Four, man. This is crazy. Travis Allen says, Chris, do you know when the Beamer's next press conference will be? Yeah, he won't have another presser until probably start of spring practice, which, I mean, crazy enough, it's not that far away. If the spring game is April the 15th, he won't have – I mean, we'll probably start spring practice, what, first week of March? It ain't that far off. right? It's not that far off. So we'll probably hear from him for them. We'll probably hear from him then. But it'll be a little bit. I mean, I don't know exactly what they're doing right now. I guess they're recruiting still. Maybe I don't know if it's a dead period or what the deal is with recruiting right now. Guys, we'll have Mark Ryan on the show tomorrow. We will have JC Sherbert on the show on Thursday. Really excited to get JC on, especially because because we didn't get to talk to him last week about the Nicholas Harbor stuff. And yeah, excited to hear his thoughts, his overall opinions on that. So Jesse Jacobs was just getting into it with a Clemson buddy, said, Clem sucks buddy, by the way, said gun situation would never happen with Dabo. Got me thinking, has something like that ever happened since he's been there? Not that it matters. Just an unfortunate situation by now. I'm curious. They've had their set of issues. I mean, I don't have off the top of my head every little thing that's happened since Dabo's been the coach there, but they've had their issues. I don't know, man. I think it's kind of weird to be like, I mean, everything's fair game, obviously, when it comes to your rival, but I don't know, man. I think it's kind of weird to like be using that as a huge flex that like, oh, your players got arrested. I mean, again, everything's fair game and love and war and all that, but Clem sucks fans saying that it's just silly, bro. It's just silly. It's just silly. So, wow. How about this? This is hold on now. This is crazy. This is crazy. For the 22nd straight season, a Georgia Bulldog and LSU Tiger will play in the Super Bowl. How about that? How does that happen? 22 straight years, a Georgia Bulldog and an LSU Tiger. That's crazy, dude. That's a crazy stat. That's a crazy stat. That is a crazy stat. Sammy Potkins. Yeah, there you go. Braddock 843, no better Gamecock content in the Daily Crow. Keep it coming. Hey, I appreciate you, Braddock. You're the man. Thank you. Yeah, Bruin Nation. I know some player got in like a crash or something. I don't even know, man. Like I said, I really don't keep up with it. Travis says, seems like timing has haunted us on men's basketball. We get a GG, but we have no supporting cast. The state of South Carolina as a whole produces really good basketball talent. We just can't put it together ever. I mean, here's a hot take for you, Travi, and it's going to be extremely hot. Again, I don't even say it seriously because here's the thing. I don't see a reason why we can't be good at basketball, men's basketball, right? Especially when you look, and I know it's a completely different game, but like you look at what Dawn Staley and company are doing. And so it's just like, man, like if they can build it to that level, why can't we have a competent men's product? I more so think about like, if College of Charleston can be ranked in the top 25, how can South Carolina not get players good enough to be competent, right? Sometimes I just wonder, I'm like, maybe we're just not a men's basketball school. Like maybe that's the thing we have to accept is not our thing. And listen, I know that's stupid. I understand. I know that's not a good means of operation, but I mean, I've told you guys before, football's football. It's king. We love it. Baseball, great tradition, high expectations. We take a lot of pride in our baseball program. Women's basketball, championships, elite, dynasty, if you will. Men's basketball, I mean, it's just there. It's just kind of there. Like, does anybody look forward to it? Does anybody get excited about it? They would if we had a good product, for sure. I mean, they absolutely would. But, I mean, it's just kind of there. It's unfortunate, but it's like, do we have to But then again, you could just, and I see Jeff, he says no schools were ever a men's basketball school that they were. I mean, yeah, Jeff, you could easily refute my argument by saying, well, is Alabama a men's basketball school? Is Tennessee a men's basketball school? You know what I'm saying? Like there's other schools in the SEC that are not traditional powers that are winning. I mean, how in the world is Alabama as good as they are? What is Alabama doing? What is Alabama doing? You know what I mean? So, John Eber, you're the man. I appreciate you. Coach Ford says we ignored it so long after Frank McGuire, Bill Foster, and Felton failed. I came up on Carolina basketball when Dave Odom was the head coach. Because obviously I told you guys I became a diehard Gamecock early 2000s, end of 02, beginning of 03. My first teams, my favorite teams, my first teams, if you will, were like the Carlos Powells, Torrance Kinseys, Ronaldo Balkmans, Zam Fredericks, those teams. And Carolina basketball was exciting at that point. I mean, I think 04. Did we go to the tournament in 04, I think? Right? And then 05 and 06, we won the NIT back-to-back. Something like that. I mean, South Carolina basketball was fun. Dude, Ronaldo Balkman was the man, dude. Ronaldo Balkman is probably my favorite Gamecocks basketball player of all time. Yeah, Balkman, dude, there was nothing more fun than watching Ronaldo Balkman on an alley-oop, dude. Nothing more fun. Those were fun, dude. Those were fun years. Those were real. Remember the Zam Frederick buzzer beater against Florida? What a time that was. What a time that was. I think the Dave Odom era was pretty solid. I mean, it wasn't great by any means, but like, bro, here's the thing. And there's some, because I know our guy, Mark Ryan, who will be with us tomorrow, he's all about setting expectations and setting high standards. And I get that. But like, it's funny, like, bro, I'm to the point, I'd take going to the NIT every year. Just any postseason. Just give me any postseason. And I say that from almost more selfishly the content side than anything, because at least if you're going to the NIT, like, you're solid, right? Like, you're not just completely terrible. You're solid. Which makes me think, how did a couple more of those Frank Martin teams not get to the NIT? I don't really understand it. I mean, I feel like we had some decent teams that could have made some noise in those tournaments. I don't know. Anyways, I'd take NIT, man. I'd really take the NIT. Because at least you have a pretty fun season. You have postseason ball to talk about, postseason ball to watch. You're playing for something. At least you're playing for something. You know what I mean? I'd take the NIT. I don't know about y'all, but I'd take it. I'd take it in a heartbeat. I'm to the point I'd take it in a heartbeat. Mm-hmm. That's just me, though. That's just me. I'd take a yearly NIT appearance. We got to walk before we can run, right? We got to walk before we can run. So give me the NIT or give me death. This is a complete side note. But my guy hit me up last night. Anyways, my guy hit me up last night. How many of y'all are on the Hogwarts Legacy grind? I know that's probably like the dorkiest thing I've ever said on this show. Any gamers out there? Any gamers out there on that Hogwarts Legacy grind? I know there's a lot of folks that may not even admit it, but that game has taken social media by storm, man. People getting on the Hogwarts grind. My guy sent me a screenshot last night Him playing Hogwarts. Chase says he's getting the game Friday. Attaboy, Slayer of Queens. Gad's getting the game. Look at this. Gavin says, Chris, are you on COD? We run it on COD every now and then. We run it on COD every now and then. Yeah, I run it on COD, Gavin. I got the Modern Warfare 2. Yeah, every now and then. I got the PS5. As many of you probably saw over a couple weeks before Christmas. Just was actually, it's funny. I was actually upgrading my phone at Verizon, and I saw the PS5 in there. And I was like, y'all got any of those left? They said they had one left. And I was like, I feel like it's meant to be. Like, I feel like I should buy this because they're so rare. Like, nobody's got a PlayStation, it seems like, or you just can't find them. So I was like, you know what? Why not? So, yeah, I really got it to be ready for when the new NCAA comes out. That's really why I got it. So, yeah. I'm not a huge gamer, to be honest with you. I do love the simulation content, which I've said this before, guys, but it is so funny. Like, there's people that there's people on social media that like hate on that. They think it's like the dumbest content ever. It's so stupid. It's so cringe. It's so this. And I'm just like, why can't people just have fun? What? Like, what? That's like the weirdest thing in life is it's the weirdest thing in life is that people just can't allow others to enjoy themselves without trying to rain on the parade. Not everyone, but there's some people, right? Like that simulation content we do, it's just meant to be lighthearted, fun, a way to kill the time before kickoff. It's you know what I'm saying? It's nothing more, nothing less. And you've got some people that they just want to knock it and they just want to talk they just don't want to talk shit. It's just like, why? Like, why does it bother you? Who cares? I don't know, man. We'll never know. We'll never know. Anyways, though, the season simulation series will obviously have to do it with NCAA 14 again with the college ball revamp mod because the new game's not out. So another year of doing that. Luke RJ says in the Big Cock Club Discord, I've heard we were really good for 20 years in the 60s and 70s in the ACC for men's basketball. That was the Frank McGuire years, right? Yeah, Frank McGuire years. Yeah, we were good for a while. Alex English. Guys, so I'm sure, again, you guys have seen all the rumors in regards to Williams-Brice Stadium and the big announcement that Ray Tanner is going to make and what have you. And there's a rumor out there that Williams-Brice Stadium will be getting downsized. Okay? We'll be getting downsized. East upper, south upper, gone. To make way for condos, hotels, whatever. I don't know all the details. That is the rumors, though, we're seeing on social media. What are you guys' thoughts on that? What are you guys' thoughts on that? Do you hate it? Do you love it? Is it just is what it is? What do you think? It's crazy. It's interesting. It's interesting, right? It's interesting. Austin, I think you're going. I'll tell you this, Austin. I'll tell you this. I think you're going to see this across the board, though. I really do. I think you're going to see stadiums downsize and focus more on the premium fan experience. You know what? On that note, it's so, and maybe I shouldn't even speak on it, but it's just so funny because it's like people want to say that I make this move or that move or this move or that move. Just he's all about money for this one. Like the University of South Carolina doesn't operate in the exact same way. Like USC is a business. So if they're going to downsize Willie B, guys, guess what? They're doing it for business. They're doing it to make money. You know what I mean? Like, I just kind of find that ironic. Anyways, though. Anyways, I just think you're going to see a lot of stadiums. Like, I don't think stadiums are going to get bigger. Let's just put it that way. As much as we'd love to see 100,000 seat Williams-Brice Stadium, I don't think it's going to get bigger. I think you're going to see more stadiums focus on the premium experience because going to a game is becoming so ridiculous monetarily, right? The financial investment that it takes to go to a game, that it's already becoming a premium experience. It is. It truly is. And I mean, how else? Let me put it to you this way: if these rumors, if these rumors are true, I mean, why else would they be doing it other than money? If they're going to put up a hotel, this, that, whatever, condos, who's that for? You know what I mean? Who's that for? I mean, I'm sure, and we'll hear more. The rumor somebody posted is that Ray Tanner's having a private media only ordeal at 1:30, and I guess maybe we'll hear some news sometime today. But I mean, you know, I listen. Ray Tanner will speak more on it, but USC trying to make money moves, man. I respect it. I respect it. But it will if Willie B's getting downsized, I don't think there will be a positive reaction to that. I really don't. I don't think so. I think people will be very upset. Think about people that have season tickets in those areas. You know, it's just I don't know, man. Like I mean, you see the shirt, right? If it ain't swaying, we ain't playing. Willie B. It's I don't know, man. To touch Willie B, you know, to alter Willie B to that degree is I don't know. I don't know. It seems like an interesting move, and it'd be kind of a sad thing if it does happen. It'd be kind of a sad thing. I mean, really, truly, when you think about it, because Willie B lives in such lore, you know what I mean, and like to make that drastic of a change. Again, this is hypothetical, but so, anyways, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see what happens. We'll see what Ray Tanner's got to say, and we'll react accordingly. But hopefully, it's going to be coming soon because Sports Talk just kind of gave us a cliffhanger there yesterday, and I'm checking all these media boys, and I'm seeing nothing. So I'm seeing nothing. Yeah. So, anyways, guys, we're gonna go ahead and jump into another break. Yeah, this is just your basic Madison, just a basic. It's actually kind of garnet and black a little bit. Just a basic mug here. But anyways, guys, we're going to go ahead and jump into a quick break. On the other side, hey, I want to continue to hear from you. More of your questions, your comments, your calls, and more here on this Tuesday. You're tuned in to the Daily Crow. All right, guys, we're back. Taking your questions, comments, calls. 843-790-3377. That's 843-790-3377 here on this Tuesday, February the 7th, 2023. Anyways, appreciate you all tuning in. I see Gamecock fan. Go Cox, baby. What's going on? Rename the spring tour the final tour because you're cooked. I disagree, but what do I know? What do I know? No, there'll be many a tour. We'll have the spring tour. We'll have the summer tour. We might even have another tour. I don't know. We might even have another tour. So many, many more, my friend. This is just the beginning. This is just the beginning. Whether that's exciting news to you, whether that's depressing news to you, it does not matter. We will keep rocking. We will keep rolling again. So excited for what's in store for sure. And we've got big news on the way that I will let you guys know what it is when it officially gets finalized. But it is going to be life-changing, business-changing, going to change the landscape in a way, no doubt. So anyways, guys, 843-790-3377. That's 843-790-3377 here on this Tuesday. Hey, man, I've always got a smile on my face. I've always got a smile on my face, my friend. There is no pain, I can assure you. We got like a jet over going to studio here. Let's see. Blind Squirrel, what's up, man? Appreciate you. Jimmy Mendio, you're the man. You're the man. Lynn Turner says that's what they're doing. They're going to price some of us 30-plus year season ticket holders right out of the stadium. Yeah, I mean, I'm just guessing. Again, Lynn, I'm not 110% sure what they're going to do in regards to this whole new initiative they're doing and what's going to happen with Willie B, what's going to happen with ticket prices. But, I mean, is anything going down in price, would you say? I mean, is anything going down in price? I don't think so. So, I mean, it's I think you'll probably continue to see those prices go up and everything is. But, I will say this. There was a study done a couple of years ago, and I forget who did it. But it just showed that no matter what happens, whether it be pandemic, it be the recession, it be whatever, people still spend money on entertainment, which is a beautiful thing when you're in the business that I'm in. They'll cut back on other things. People will cut back on other things, but when it comes to our entertainment, our sports, our merchandise for sports, our tickets, people will make that a priority. So, I think even if the ticket prices go up, I think people are going to continue to pay. I mean, I think people are going to continue to go. So, which again, plays really well for when you do what I do for a living and you're in the entertainment side of things, if you will. So, and I can attest that numbers are good. And I appreciate y'all. Again, the love, the support. We certainly do feel the love on this side of things. So, anyways, guys, hey, you're more than welcome to call in, text in, whatever you like. Looks like the Gamecocks are at shoot around right now. South Carolina, Mizzou, big game tonight at their place. Gamecocks, that's a beautiful arena, by the way. I will say that. Mizzou has a beautiful arena. It does look good. I don't know. But the Gamecocks are 1-5 there all time, right? We just talked about it earlier. Missouri, a top 15 team nationally in offense. Gamecocks also are 13.5-point underdogs. So a lot of things going against you, We will see what happens. Yeah, Travi, I know we haven't had a call yet. Some days, you just don't have calls. And on that note, Travi, I think you spoke it into existence, my friend. Let's jump to the phone lines.
Call from Robbie Davis, Zaxby's Hall of Famer.
Robbie, what's up, my friend? How are you?
I'm doing good. How are you doing on this Tuesday?
I'm doing fantastic, my friend. I appreciate you asking. What's going on?
Okay. The spread is what, 15.5 for tonight's game?
13.5.
Okay, 13.5. I knew it was somewhere in the teens. I couldn't remember. Okay, so the spread's 13.5.
Mm-hmm.
I think I think we beat the spread. I don't know why, but part of me thinks we beat the spread. Because, like I said yesterday, we played well against Arkansas. It's just there was some very horrible time management and timeout usage, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
And I think tonight the boys are going to want to prove a point. And I think Josh Gray. I think if Josh Gray has another game like he had against Arkansas, and the other players that we need to step up. I think we go into Como, and I think we cover. But I also kind of feel like this is a game that we can win. I'm tempted to pick us to win. Very tempted. I might do that. Okay. I'm very tempted to pick us to win. I think we win by 79-70.
I love that. Don't sleep on Lamont. Don't sleep on Lamont. Don't bet against the homie Lamont.
I think with after all this tomfoolery that's been going on, I think we're ready to prove a point. I think we win 79-70.
I love that. I love that, Robbie. I'd love to see that.
I think they're getting sick and tired of being on the schneid, so they're going to come out and prove a point.
Well, I tell you what, man, if I'm going to stay up till 11 o'clock watching South Carolina basketball, I'd like to see us win.
Yeah. Who schedules these stinking 9 p.m. tip-offs? Who in their right mind does that kind of mess? 7, I understand. 7 or 6 or 6:30, I understand. Or 7:30, I understand.
Yeah.
But 9 or 9:30, are you insane? That's insane. Absolutely insane. Because if tip's at 9:30, it's almost midnight by the time you even go to bed. Especially if you travel to the game, it's going to be after midnight by the time you get to your driveway.
It just happens, man.
I mean,
it just Hey, we also play Alabama at 9 p.m. coming up. So.
Oh my God.
Yeah. That's uncalled. That's just that kind of mess is just uncalled for. Okay. Yeah, I don't know.
And I noticed this, okay, because I watched the UConn game, the women's UConn game. Mm-hmm. Gino threw a dadgum water bottle onto the floor and got in the referee's face and didn't even get a technical or thrown out. Now, I believe if Dawn Staley would have done that mess, she would have gotten tossed.
Yeah, probably wouldn't have been good. Yeah, I don't know how he didn't get a technical, because I guess he didn't get one, right?
like I was like waiting for the referee to put do his hands in a T, do their hands in like a T formation. I'm like, tee him up. He's on the court. He's probably cussing up a storm, and he just threw a water bottle onto the floor. Tee him up and get him out of here. But no, they didn't do that. So somebody's gonna get a talking to before they referee again. That's for sure. Mm-hmm. Because they should have tossed him. They should have tossed him out immediately. The second he stepped on the floor and threw that water bottle, he should have been gone. The referee should have said, "Hit the showers, get out of here. You're done." But it didn't happen. It's okay, though. The girls went into UConn and took care of business, as usual.
Yeah, let's see. Who do we have Thursday for the women's? Let's see. We have Auburn at their place Thursday at 8:00. And then, of course, the LSU game Sunday, which we're giving away a pair of tickets, Robbie. So if you're on Instagram, go enter if you want to try to win some tickets. So we're giving away a pair of GA
on Instagram.
Word. Well, we're giving away a pair of general admission tickets to that one. So we're actually tomorrow at 5 we'll announce the winner. So that's going to be a great game, man. Okay. It's going to be an awesome game.
And me and him talked to me, and Mary and I talked about this last night while we were on our way to Subway. I'm tempted to, like, within the next couple of weeks, or within a month, getting tickets to the Sunday game against Clemson for baseball.
Really? Okay.
I'm very tempted. Because Friday is in Clemson. Saturday will be in Greenville, and then Sunday will be in Cola. Shoot, if I have to, I'll buy the tickets and put gas in the car if need be. So. Hopefully we can figure something out. But I think we get off the schneid tonight. We get off the schneid, and players that we need to step up. So.
Yeah, I love that. 79-70, you said.
Yes, 79-70. And if Hayden Brown misses another wide open layup, I'm going to freaking go absolute bananas, okay? I will go bananas. I will freaking probably want to slap Hayden Brown across the head, which I'm not. I probably wouldn't do it anyways, but I'm going to probably be mad enough to do it. Because it's absolutely insane that he has missed so many wide open layups. You're 6'5", and you can't make a wide open layup driving into the paint. Are you kidding me?
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, I get it if there's a big, like, almost 6-foot dude in the way, right? If you miss, right? Because if the shot's contested and you miss, I can live with that. But a wide open layup? No, absolutely not. It's uncalled for.
I love your passion, Robbie.
I do not want to see us tonight a bunch of dribbling. Just get the ball, like I've said before. The ball moves faster than the defender. Do a daggum chest pass, okay? Or a quick bounce pass. Do something. The ball moves faster than the defender. And move. Like, set screens, for God's sake. There's too much dribbling. Too much dribbling. And get Missouri to the point to where it's one and done. I would tell Josh Gray, you don't let nobody in whatever colored jersey Mizzou's wearing tonight, okay? You don't let nobody that's not wearing a Carolina jersey get a rebound over you. Mm-hmm. If they do, you make them earn it.
Yeah.
I don't care if you get called for an illegal elbow. I don't care. You make them have to freaking slap the taste buds out of your mouth to get a rebound. That's what I would tell Josh Gray.
I love that. Robbie, I'm gonna let you go. USC just dropped a video on the stadium project, and I want to air that. I want to air that on the show. So 79-70, you're locked in from your lips to God's ears.
79-70, you got it. All right, have a good one, buddy.
Robbie, you're the man. I appreciate you. I love Robbie to death, but I'm sitting here wanting to post this or share this video, guys. I'm gonna actually throw it up on here because I have not even watched it yet. Let's enjoy this together. I'm really curious to see what this is. Let's see. Let me go ahead and play it. Can y'all hear that? They just tweeted this. And that's the whole video. Okay, so USC drops I'm going to go ahead and take this off. USC drops the stadium project. Let's get the details. Let's see. Sports Talk put it. The University of South Carolina announced Tuesday afternoon the start of a process on a potential $1 billion development project on university-owned land near Williams-Brice Stadium near the CLA. The project would also include further enhancements to Williams-Brice, which currently has the second fewest luxury suites of any SEC stadium. The university Tuesday submitted a formal request for information for the development of more than 800 acres of property. University is seeking developers from across the country who would take part in the project through a comprehensive land use agreement with the university. Project does not include the university buying the state fairgrounds across the street from Williams-Brice, which has been a popular rumor amongst Gamecock fans. That coming from Sports Talk. And then there's a full article on South Carolina's website. What could be the most exciting and comprehensive development project ever uptaken in the Midlands? University of South Carolina started the process to determine the feasibility of a major modernization of Williams-Brice Stadium. They could also pave the way for the development of more than 800 acres of underdeveloped USC property situated adjacent to the Congaree River, west of the existing Long Family Operations Facility. The project will not include moving Williams-Brice Stadium from its current location or acquiring and developing the state fairgrounds. We have issued a formal request for information, which is the first step in determining the potential scope of the project, as well as identifying possible development partners who have an interest in pursuing a comprehensive land use agreement with the university. The RFI results are due back to the university at the beginning of March. We'll provide the university with an informed understanding of current industry capabilities and practices to better understand or better determine how it moves forward with the procurements. The eventual agreement could generate significant private funding for improvements to Williams-Brice Stadium, allowing for the expansion of the venues used for other public events in addition to football games. The second phase of the project is the potential for continued private development of more than 17 acres adjacent to Colonial Life Arena west of Park Street. Ray Tanner, quote, "We believe this could be a game changer for our university. These projects are envisioned to create a fan experience second to none in college athletics. We're also looking at expanding the variety of events and opportunities the enhancements can bring, which will positively impact the local community." Ed Walton, USC's Executive Vice President for Administration and Chief Financial Officer, says, "We have a once-in-a-generation opportunity to move forward on needed facility improvements through a partnership that doesn't require public financing. We intend to develop a project and select a partner who has a strong track record of creating commercial projects that benefit the entire community through job creation and new businesses that will make Columbia and the Midlands more vibrant than ever." So a lot coming to the University of South Carolina. Big time. Very, very big time. And I'll say this. You know what I love about this? I think it's a smart move. I think it's a really, really smart move, right? Could cost around $1 billion, but again, it's not coming from public financing. So let's see. Did the Big Spur... Okay, so the overarching goals for the project are to make improvements to Williams-Brice Stadium to enhance fan experience while also making the venue more usable on a broader scale, which again, I think is really smart, because here's the thing. A move like this would not make sense for a school like Georgia. It would not make sense for a school like Clem Sucks. It would not make sense for a traditional on-campus stadium, right? It would not make sense for those schools. But South Carolina is not those schools. South Carolina is not like them in the sense that you've got Williams-Brice Stadium, which feels much, much more like the way a professional stadium is set up with the fairgrounds and the open landscape, if you will. And so I think developing the land around it, I think is very smart. I think that's a really smart thing. And again, I think that was a very vague announcement. Obviously, that doesn't that doesn't tell us what they're doing with the land, but I can tell you from people I've talked to what it sounds like is retail, condos, entertainment, hospitality, right? Those type of things. That's what you're going to see more of. It'll be interesting to see, I'm sure this will be a 5, 6, 7 year type project. This is going to take a while for sure to develop the amount of land they're going to be developing. But, I feel like USC is almost going to be like more a professional atmosphere than a college atmosphere, which is fine. But I understand that. Like, I get that, right? Like, I totally get that. I totally get that. Because your stadium's not on campus. I mean, it doesn't really feel like it's like a college type of stadium. You know what I mean? Like, Jacob, yeah, like you're saying, like with Truist Park in Atlanta, like the way they built out the Battery, like just the way Willie B is set up, it's like, for example, like you look at Georgia Stadium, right? Look at Sanford. They couldn't do anything. It's in the middle of campus. You look at Clem Sucks' stadium. They couldn't do anything with that either. It's surrounded by campus and other athletic facilities. There's not really a whole lot they could do. So I think it's smart for South Carolina to take advantage of all this land around them. And, you can't bring campus next to Willie B. There's no transforming Willie B into an on-campus stadium. There's no transforming CLA into an on-campus stadium. So why not just enhance the area and just create a unique type of experience in Columbia? So, I'm all for it. I mean, it's, I think that line says it all, though. Make improvements to Willie B, enhance fan experience while also making the venue more usable on a broader scale, right? I think it's not just about making the venue better for Gamecock fans. It's about making the venue better for everybody and getting people, again, not just Gamecock fans, but making that a premier destination for people. I think that's what it comes down to. So I think that's what it comes down to. Really, really exciting stuff, though. It'll be interesting to hear more details drop on this. So it'll be really interesting to hear more details drop on this. Be really, really cool. All right. That being said, guys, let's go ahead and jump into one final break. On the other side, I want to continue to hear from you. More of your questions, comments. Actually, we'll go ahead and jump into this call right here. Here we go. Scotty, what's up, man? How are you?
Good, man. How are you?
I'm doing fantastic, man. I appreciate you asking. What's up?
I was just gonna see, when are your plans to drop the preview for the baseball season, record wise and stuff like that?
Yeah, next Monday will be the full season preview show. That'll be predictions, projected starting lineup, projected rotation, everything. That'll be the full preview. So that podcast, if you will, and that show and that content, so next Monday, to answer your question, that's when that all will drop.
All right, so I'm not going to, ask in-depth, record-wise, stuff like that, because I know you won't give it to me. But when you look at that Arkansas series at Arkansas, because I think, personally, I realize that we have, a hard schedule, but I think it kind of fares out, to be quite honest with you, because we have, a really, really easy, in quotation marks, I will say easy, non-conference schedule. It's not one of the easiest in the country. And then you start off with Georgia and Mizzou, which I think are very favorable for us. And then you go to Mississippi State. I couldn't tell you much about that one. And then you got LSU at home, which is big. And then you got Vanderbilt, and then you got Florida. So, I mean, you got, the 4-team weekend schedules back to back that are going to be the hardest, and then you close it out with Auburn, Kentucky,
Arkansas, and Tennessee.
Mhm.
But when you look at that Arkansas weekend trip, what are kind of your thoughts on that?
Mhm. Well, it'd obviously be tough, right? I mean, Baum's one of the toughest stadiums to play at, and that's really one that I'm hoping to go to. That one and Mississippi State, or one or the other. I'm definitely going to make the trip. But I mean, listen, man, Arkansas is a preseason top 10 team. That they're going to be really, really good this year. I mean, I'm just looking actually at D1 baseball right now. Arkansas ranks 8th in their preseason top 25. So obviously that's a really, really tough road series. I mean, the goal is to get to 15 and 15 or better in conference play, right? You do make a great point, though, and just to talk on the non-conference really quickly, that I think it's imperative. You look at, what's crazy, man? You look at last season, and I was just going back and looking back over it. Yeah, last season was abysmal. I mean, you went 13 and 17 in the league, and that's not good by any means. But all things considered, with all the injuries you had, that's actually not horrific with all the injuries you had. What killed you last year was going 14 and 11 in the non-conference. I mean, that's really what did you in, right? Because had you won, 6 more of those non-conference games, or 7 more, and you finished with 33 or 34 or 35 wins, there's a good chance you'd have been in the postseason. There's a good chance you'd have snuck in, right? Because you just get the benefit of the doubt as a SEC team. You know what I mean? So I think taking advantage of the non-conference early, I mean, you mentioned it, the opening weekends. I mean, outside of the rivalry series with Clem Sucks, I know Penn was a good team last year, went 33 and 15. They gave Texas A&M a headache. But, I mean, you got UMass Lowell to open up with, Penn, you got Bethune-Cookman, your midweeks. I mean, the most difficult, I would say, is, Charlotte, right? I mean, I know the teams you lost to last year, the Citadel, PC. I mean, it can't happen, right? If those things, let me put it to you this way: if those things are happening again, it'll be obvious what has to happen. And then you look at the SEC schedule, like you mentioned, and yeah, you've got the Arkansas and the Mississippi States. What are they going to be on the road? Vandy on the road. But I think all things considered, I think the schedule's actually about as favorable as you could ask for an SEC schedule, SEC baseball schedule to be. Because you get number 1 LSU, you get them at home. You get Florida at home. You get Tennessee at home. You get a really dangerous Auburn team at home, right? And then, I mean, the most daunting road trip is, like you mentioned, the Arkansas series, which will be tough. And the goal in that one, I don't think the goal for Carolina should ever be anything other than to win the series. But, hey, realistically, as long as you're not getting swept, right, I could live with losing 2 out of 3 there. That's not going to bother me, right? It's not an indictment on your entire season. But Kentucky on the road, no big deal. Georgia on the road, they're all tough, right? But manageable. What's Vanderbilt going to be? That'll be tough, but it's not like a crazy stadium. Manageable. Mississippi State, how do they bounce back? I mean, if you look at last year, manageable. So, I mean, we all things considered, I think the schedule works out pretty well. So, I'm not, here's the thing. I'm not really holding anything back from you because I'm not ready to drop a prediction. I will probably go a little bit more conservative with my prediction because I just don't want to set the expectations so high and, get let down, to be totally honest with you. But I am optimistic about this group, and, we all believe and know, I think we know we're going to have the pitching. It's just all about what do the sticks do. And, yeah, like I said, man, I'm excited to talk about on the Monday show. And, I think this group has a lot of potential, but just have to swing it. But, yeah, schedule-wise, I think it works out pretty well, and that Arkansas series will be a good one.
Well, call me crazy when I tell you this, but I think we match up very well with Arkansas. I really do. Even though it's on the road, from the sound and the look of it, our pitching is our strong suit, obviously. Their hitting is their strong suit. Mm-hmm. Their pitching's a big question mark, just like our hitting. So I feel like it's going to be kind of favorable. They might be ranked above us, whatever else, and we might be on the road. But I really do think it's going to be more favorable. But, I mean, I look at the weekends, or not the weekends, the midweek. I think our toughest is honestly going to be, I mean, you look like we've got North Carolina and Charlotte.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that one's going to be a tough one. Clemson's always going to be up there. I know a lot of people don't want to even hear me say it, but the Citadel is going to be tough. The Citadel, I'm a big high guy on the Citadel mainly because a lot of kids that I go to school with, up from Bowling Springs, a lot of them go to the Citadel. So I mean, I'm kind of a high guy on the Citadel as far as their baseball program. So I know a lot of people don't want to hear me say that, but I mean, I think the midweeks, some of them can be tough, especially looking into who we play that weekend. Like, you got the Citadel at the Citadel, and then you turn around and go to Mississippi State. Like, that's going to be tough on the road. And you got North Carolina when you come back from Mississippi State, and then you got LSU at home. So that little stretch of 8 games right there in 2 weeks is, I think, going to be probably the toughest on our schedule, if I'm being honest, because Mississippi State sounds like they're going to be the Ole Miss of last year.
Yeah.
Just kind of from what I've heard around the SEC news, so to speak. But I don't know. I think us and Florida are going to battle it out for that 3rd and 4th spot in the East. I mean, I got to be honest, I hope we do a little bit better than that. But just kind of my, so to speak, predictions. You're probably better at that than me. You've got a whole lot more experience on me with that, but
yeah,
I figured I'd throw it out there.
Yeah, no, for sure, man. I mean, I think, again, I'll tell you this too about that Arkansas series is that, we're a preseason top 25 team, and that could, listen, we take care of our business the way we absolutely should in non-conference. That one could look a lot different, when we go to Fayetteville. We might be a top 10 team, might be a top 15 team. You know what I mean? So that could be one of the best series of the year. And yeah, I mean, again, back to the schedule point per D1baseball.com, based on their top 25, we actually miss 3 of the 8 top 20 ranked SEC teams. So again, all things considered, the schedule sets up pretty well, but we'll see, man. It's going to be a lot of fun. I can't wait. I know you're excited for opening day also. And yeah, I'm excited to get in the baseball grind, man. It's always a blast.
We lose more than 6 to 8 non-conference games. I'm going to be the one sitting there with both my hands raised saying Kingston's got to go before we even start SEC play. I'm just going to be flat out honest with you.
Yeah.
No reason we should lose that many to the non-conference that we have.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. I agree 110%.
I'll leave you with that, man. I was just going to call you and get your thoughts on those couple series and schedule-wise. But I'm excited for Monday for your predictions, and, of course, I'm excited for next Friday.
Yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited for that
show
too. I'm excited for that show too, man. And yeah, it's the promise of a new season, man. We can't help but get excited for it.
Definitely. Well, I'll let you go. It was good talking to you. Trust me, I'll call in next week, if not at the end of this week. But it's always great talking to you, Chris.
Yeah, Scotty, you're the man. I appreciate you, brother. Great stuff, our friend Scotty. Guys, we are going to jump into one final break. I'm going to get this last one in. On the other side, I want to continue to hear from you, and we'll wrap things up. 843-790-3377. You're tuned in to the Daily Crow. All right, guys, we're back. Final couple minutes or so here in the Daily Crow. Appreciate you all. Thank you all so much for tuning in. Appreciate Scotty for the call, Robbie as well, everybody who called in today. Again, check out the podcast. It dropped yesterday. Of course, every single day, TDC drops in podcast form. Also really excited. I'll be chatting with my guy, Dimitri, over at 11.7, the college baseball podcast. We'll be talking everything in regards to the Gamecocks' upcoming season, SEC baseball as a whole. Really, really excited to chat with him. Love what those guys do over at 11.7. Again, guys, we'll have Mark Ryan on tomorrow, JC Sherbert on Thursday. Really excited to chat with both of them. Always a pleasure having those conversations, beauties in the banter, and that's what we do here. So, anyways, outside of that, I will do my best to get you guys the dates on this spring tour with Carolina Ale House. Yeah, and content, again, bleeding out of the eyeball. So, Gamecocks taking on Mizzou tonight. Big one. We'll see. We'll see if this team can sort of do the unthinkable and do something they've only done once before, and that is win in Como. Has not happened a whole lot. The only time, I think, what was it, 2017, this team went to Mizzou and won. Again, guys, I appreciate y'all so much for tuning in, the love, the support on the merchandise side of the business, obviously the live show, the podcast, social media, all of our content. Big things happening behind the scenes. Cannot wait to share the good news with you all. I truly am grateful for each and every single one of you and the great opportunities that we have, and the things that are currently in the works could not happen without the love and support of each and every single one of you guys. That being said, I'm out of here. Appreciate y'all tuning in. Thank y'all so much. Have a great rest of your Tuesday. Go Cox, beat Mizzou, and we will talk to you all